I think you can expect surprises. Our theme this year is both sides of Samora, and there we're playing into the historical vibe of like, okay, there's north and south, but like this year we're like, you know what? Yes, there's the north and south, but we bring them together because ultimately there's, common ground that's there between both sides, and we're just like, I think this year we're like, you know what? Let's put it together and like make sure that people don't and people like there's no real divide that's there, and we're just like we can do this musically.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm glad that you mentioned this year's theme, both sides of the Samora. So, how is this theme going to be reflected in the festival's lineup?
I think if you really follow it, you can tell. Okay, no, we have made sure we have north. We've made sure we have south. And if you really want to see who's better, or like if you're really playing into the concept of north and south, I think mashup night is definitely something that people are going to enjoy. We have the King of Samora battle. So we're definitely gonna have a team from north, a team from south, and they're gonna be battling it out. And maybe for once and for all, we can decide who's better, at least musically.
Well, Natasha, you're being so mysterious. Can we have names? Can you drop names? I want to know when you say the theme is going to be reflected in the lineup, and then you say yes, but you don't give us actual names.
No, I don't mind name dropping. I don't mind name dropping. Okay,
Please,
we have Volt JT, right? We have Raycast. I think just by hearing these names, you can already understand. Okay, there's north, there's south. We have Natasha was straight from Chi-Town. We have Begiwe from Blawayo. And I'm just naming them randomly from all the three different shows that we're gonna have. But like, I really think it's something that people are gonna be excited about, something to look forward to. Mashup night, particularly, we have brought in Shabin Rap, and we've made sure that they're doing a little thing with Ray Kaz. I think it's gonna be dope, guys. People should pull up.
Can you share your selection process when it comes to artists? How do you come up with that lineup?
So we do have we have an application that opens early in the year, and then we select a few from that list, and then obviously there's some that we just like, okay, headliners, because we're also trying to appease the crowds. For example, we'll have Master H because right now he's really hot in the streets, so we want to make sure that people get the ultimate experience. We also give a platform to upcoming artists to see, okay, no, you know what, I think if you notice, our lineup has a lot of local compared to most festivals this year. So we've just tried to make sure that our local artists have a platform to put their music out there and actually have an audience that like listens to their content and be like, oh my gosh, there's that person, they sound amazing. So our selection process is really like, we try to balance the really hot guys and the upcoming, so that if we have a Nadia Nakai on the stage and we have a Bekibo on the stage, they they get to network, they get to learn something and stuff like that, and two, they get to be exposed to a crowd that is already like existing for somebody else, and then they can be like, oh, this is Big Huey, this is really dope music, if they didn't know her and stuff like that.
And how has Shoko Fest evolved since its inception? And what are some of the key milestones that you as Shoko Festival are proud of?
To be honest, I mean, this is our 15th edition, right? I mean, from the year that it started, you can see that it's grown. It also has almost like a niche that people have. There's people who have been around from day one. And this is a crowd that we can say that they've really nurtured the urban culture in Zim. They've nurtured the hip hop culture in Zim. And having a festival that just focuses on something like that, I think is very important for them, so that you have a lot of local artists that are uplifted. Because if there's one thing that Shoko Festival takes pride in, is the fact that we put on, upcoming artists that people are like, I'm not really sure, and we're like, you know what, we're gonna put them out there and we're gonna let people listen to them, and then people can decide after they get that chance.
And can you share some of the behind scenes challenges of organizing a festival of this magnitude, especially in the times that we are living right now?
Yeah, in terms of like challenges, I think one thing that you always have is, crowds will say what they want to say. Like, even on socials, people are like, why do you guys have a lineup that people want, these huge artists? People just want to come see some of these huge artists. And then sometimes we're like, okay, how do we mitigate the fact that they just want to see someone who's international? right? And we're like, okay, so how do you balance it out? So one of the things that we try to do is we'll have maybe a couple of internationals and then we have a few locals. So that's something that I think as of recent we keep getting, oh, hey, why are you guys? But all the festivals are bringing in international artists. So who's actually going to put a platform for the local artists? Where are they supposed to get something, for themselves? Because I think in Zim, the entertainment industry doesn't get enough recognition as it should, doesn't get enough attention and stuff like that. And I think for our artists, it's important for them to get platforms. How else do we nurture the creative industry if we're not giving, the people that are the creatives a platform to actually do their work?
You're listening to Backstage here on my station, your station, ZiFM Stereo. And if you're just tuning in, we're gearing up for one of the biggest cultural events in Zimbabwe, Shoko Festival. And in the studio with me, I have Natasha Sipanera in the studio, sharing all the exciting details about what's happening this year. If you have any questions for her, send them through to our WhatsApp 0772 168 045. And also in the studio are Young Gemini and Ray Kaz, and they are set to light up the Shoko Fest stage this year, and it's sounding like it's going to be epic. And so, Young Gemini, you are set to perform at Shoko Fest this year. How are you preparing for such a significant event?
Okay, I'm actually super excited because this is going to be my first time performing in Chitungisa, I guess, in Peace in the Hood. I've been performing for Shoko Festival since... Okay, mind my voice, I've got flu, guys. I've been performing for, Shoko Festival since, I don't know, since I started music. I think 2019, since I was little. Yeah, I'm grown now, I'm big. So it's so exciting for me because it's going to be a big stage, new people, and a whole lot of people at the same time. I feel like this is a big opportunity, and I don't know. I'm just waiting for you guys. I already went for an outfit check, by the way, for an outfit fitting. Yes, I got my outfit today. I'm ready. I'm super excited. That's what I can say.
Now, your music has been gaining traction lately. What message do you aim to convey through your performance at Shoko Fest this year?
At this year, I just want everyone to understand that girls can do it. That's my theme. Yeah, because Muskana Arushik, and everyone knows good Muskana Arushika because I've been working so hard and putting more effort just so that girls get a chance to shine. Because it's always been guys do this, and now we at least get a chance to shine. So yeah, that's the theme. Girls can do it.
And since you've been in the industry, like you said, since you were a young girl, looking at it that we are in 2024, have you seen any progress, as far as, maybe, what can I say, equality, male artists and female artists? Are things changing? Is it getting better?
Yes, it is actually getting better. The reason why I would say it's getting better is because so far, even I take on comment sections and other things. Kudara, you would see a comment, maybe it would be like, have you ever, Young Gemini is working so hard and this other person is working so hard. And now there's actually comparisons with other men. Unogonotona comment section yakatonzi Young Gemini na ningi. So getting that as a girl is being empowered, because you can never wake up and be compared to another man in a day. It's something to me. I'll be like, and this is a guy being talked about. So yeah, women are doing it.
Our time at exactly 14 minutes to the hour 8. This is Backstage on ZiFM Stereo. We are talking Shoko Fest this evening, and in the studio as well is Ray Kaz. Now, Ray Kaz, Shoko Fest is a big platform for performers, like yourself, like all of us. Yeah. What does performing at this event mean to you?
Probably the major takeaway for me is that I'm doing something right. Because I've been in this game for a few years now, and people are coming up to me and being like, dude, you're on Shoko, now you're doing something serious. Before we saw the moves, but it was more so bedroom moves, if that makes sense. Now it's you're on a stage where the country's actually going to be watching you. And yeah, it shows the journey that I've been on, and that the things that I'm doing are actually coming to fruition.
And you're saying you're saying it yourself that it's been quite a journey for you. And why do you think that this journey had challenges because of the genre that you're in? Do you think it would have been easier if it had been a different genre? Would it have taken you as much time?
I think it's two things. I think it's the genre is like, if you're hearing that it's a new artist and he's trying to like tell you a story and be on some lyrical miracle, it's not something you want to hear, you know what I'm saying? And then the second being my background, like as soon as people hear me, they hear the accent, they hear the content, they know the kind of area that I'm coming from. And in Zim there is that divide, you know, which is the theme of the show. The north of Samora, south of Samora. For me it's been very hard to just gain people's respect, because first I have to show that I should be allowed to exist in this climate, you know, that I have something to say. Then when I have their respect on a personal level, then they want to hear what I have to say, like musically. So I think that's probably elongated the process a little bit.
And your sound has a unique energy. How do you plan to engage the crowd and make your performance memorable?
I mean, if you pull up on Friday, you'll see. But I think the major thing for me is the energy that I'll be feeding off from my compatriots. It's not a solo show. You know, there's a lot of acts from a lot of different backgrounds, and I met a lot of dope people, and I've learned a lot from them as well, and the things that they put in their performance. Like, say, Shabine Boys, they have a lot of humor when it comes to their performances. Becky has a lot of soul when it comes to her performances, and that's stuff that I've picked up over the past 2 months. And I think if I combine that with my skill set, yeah, I think I can put on quite a good show.
Well, you know, I just want you to know that you're not alone in that fight. I think for the longest time, the music industry has had a typical artist that they have, and they have certain expectation and they don't want to move away from it. So they think with typical artist, it's the last resort, something. And I think for generations we've been trying to change that and say, look, it can be a choice. I can be educated and still choose to do music. I can come from a different place, think differently, dress differently. I don't have to have locks or natural hair to accept way. It's okay to have braids, to do weave. It's gonna take a while. It's slowly changing, but with your generation taking it up and taking this movement, and it's growing strong, and things will certainly change.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, as an artist, what do you hope to communicate to the audience through your music at the festival? Like you said before, your type of music is different. The way you write your music is different. The messages in your music, they are different. So as you're picking up the songs that you're going to be performing, what are you communicating to the crowd?
The main thing is I want people to leave with some sort of food for thought. So it's not just like, I get up there, I jump up and down, I make everybody get turned. It's like, I want these lines that I'm saying, these stories that I'm telling, these very real issues that are happening around us to be brought out, and for you to pick them up and be like, yo, this guy's on such a huge platform and he's choosing to speak about these things and these things, because I think my kind of music has a story that's not really being told, or at least not from the perspective I want it to be told from. So more than anything, what would mean more to me than people leaving saying, Raycaz was fire, Raycaz's performance was dope, would be if people were like, did you hear what Raycaz was saying? Let's actually talk about that. But that line where he said this and this and this, what do you think about that? If people can have a conversation amongst themselves because of something I said at the show, I think I would have done a good job.
You're listening to ZiFM Stereo. What an evening we're having here on my station, your station. And our time at exactly 8 minutes to 8. This is the norm on this show. We get in here and already it's 8 minutes left. It's 5 minutes left. It's 2 minutes left. Running out of time. Simba, listening in from Kadoma. I see you. Thank you for the love. Nyasha Tota, how are you doing? I'm good, thanks. And everybody in the studio is good as well. Lydia, how are you doing? She says she's excited to hear Gemini and Ray Cass. So thank you so much, Natasha, for bringing them through. So back to you, Natasha, and Shoko Fest 2024. Now, Shoko Fest often highlights social issues through art. What causes or movements are you spotlighting this year?
So definitely it's a situation of like the both sides of Samora situation, right? You'll find that we have surprise collaborations that you'll see at Mashup Night that we've definitely tried to be like, okay.
Why are you wanting to surprise us, Natasha Nyaman?
Guys!
Natasha decided to surprise us at school. We want limited surprise. We want limited surprise. We'll get there and there'll be some surprise. But can you hint? Can you at least drop a hint?
Common ground. I mean, like, okay, you know what? What I'm basically saying is that we have Mashup Night. You're going to hear, the usual music that that these artists have, like, that's in the streets that they've put out there, and that's going to be very enjoyable. But we do have special exclusive content that they're going to hear at Mashup Night that I think is going to highlight what Ray Kaz was saying about, like, putting specific statements out there, because I think this year the aim is to really just be like, you know what, there's both sides of Samora actually have something in common, and you'll find that we have new music. Ultimately what I'm saying is there's new music at Mashup Night. There is there's Lenma Janasi at Comedy Night. We will be finding out very soon whether he won or not. Tomorrow, I'm off check. But like, there's just, and Peace in the Hood, we have a fire lineup. We have Young Gemini, we have Volts, we have Master H. All of these artists have something in store for everyone, to be absolutely honest with you. And I think it's something that there's something for every single person. Whether you're coming from the north or you're coming from south, we have something for everyone. And I think, if you don't come through, guys, you'll miss out. And then you'll be like, oh, they didn't tell us. This is us telling you. Young Gemini told you she had her fit check today. Yes. She's the...
I can't wait. I can't wait to see that outfit. Because you're not so
you see, Ray Kaz has something with the Shabin rap, guys. Can you imagine? Can you picture someone like Ray Kaz from the north, the Shabin rap guys from the south? Imagine that collaboration. Imagine that. And many more. We have Rutendo Jackie doing the most. We have Lala Martin coming through with vocals. Guys, you might be like, oh, we don't know who these people are. Come and find out.
So what do you hope attendees and performers take away from the experience at Shoko Fest this year?
I hope people take away the fact that the creative industry has a lot to offer. And not from one side of Samora, but from both. And the fact that, there is common ground from the fact that, through art and music, you'll find that people will always find a way to connect. Music and comedy is something that everyone has in common. And this year, Shoko Festival is highlighting that.
Ray Kaz, we've heard about a collaboration that you're working on for Shoko Fest. Are there going to be more that we should be excited for?
In the future or for the festival?
For the festival and in the future.
Oh yeah, for sure. For the festival, there's more than just that one. But in the future, like I said, this year has been good for me in the sense that a lot of people have found out who I am. And a lot of people in the industry who already know who I am have been seeing me at more and more events and been coming up to me and being like, let's work on this. So yeah, I think 2025 definitely will be the year of Kazi collaborations. Yeah.
And while Ray Kaz mentions that, I think you asked me about a milestone for Shoko Festival. I think if you look back at our history, for example, we had Tammy Moyo years ago. If there's one thing that Shoko Festival can really highlight is the fact that we try to nurture artists. Young Gemini has been performing at Shoko Festival since 2018, 2019. Tammy Moyo performed years ago, and now she's coming back. You can look at how they've really grown, and sometimes it's just a matter of putting on these artists on a platform, and then they blow up. Even Feli Nandi has, she started years ago at Shoko Festival. Now, can we even say, this sky's the limit. If you've been at Shoko Festival, you already know you're gonna blow up, guys. Yeah. At least we try to put our artists out there, and they can at least say, okay, you know what, we got something when other people didn't want to, or other people didn't want to try. And I think that's something that Shoko Festival is really proud of, to say that we've tried our best to put on artists that are coming, and those that are there, they can really say, okay, you know what, after that things started happening. So definitely for anyone that's there, I think a lot of people can testify, and even from the industry, some people will tell you, you know what, you had Shoko Festival, so things are really blowing up at this point. And, like, I think that's something that the festival can really say. From the whispers from the streets, we appreciate the fact that, people are now looking at the festival and saying, Kuti, it's a household name for Zimbabwean artists that they can look at and be like, okay, getting to Shoko Festival, it's like, I don't know, it's like a rite of passage, so to speak, in the music industry. And right, it's like a launching pad. Yeah. So yeah.
And Young Gemini, any new music or surprises besides the outfit?
Okay, besides the outfit, everybody knows we've got La Liga, and La Liga, everybody's playing La Liga in the streets. I've been hearing everybody pumping up the music. I just want to say shout out. And guys, the videos are now coming, because I know I dropped a few videos. And also, in the future, I think Munwese anupisa chaimba. Aningari feature.
Aywa, we are looking forward to that. We're so looking forward. Amen to that.
Amen.
So our time exactly 2 minutes to. We have run out of time, but there is a message here on WhatsApp. Understandably, your theme for this year is both sides of the Samora, but there's a listener who does feel that the festival divides, and they feel this isn't good for our country. What's your comment to that?
I mean, this is kind of what I was saying. Are they saying that we divide the North and South? Or, I mean, like, if you look at our mashup night lineup at the moment, it really, for at least from what, if you look at it, there are people from definitely, different sides and stuff like that. And if you notice our Peace in the Hood lineup, we try to put the larger artists, because we're trying to cater to the fact that some of these people, it's a free show. Peace in the Hood is a free show. And we're looking at the fact that some of these, these people from the neighborhood would not be able to see these artists, because some of these artists shows will go for like $50 or $20, and we're just like, you know what, we just want to give them what they wouldn't be able to get outside of having this show that's just put in their neighborhood to see and whatnot. But otherwise, I mean, we were always open to suggestions. We have comments open on our Instagram, because the festival is for the people. I think
is Shoko Fest primarily a hip hop festival? So is that what it is?
We want to push hip hop, but you will find that we still push other genres. So if you look at mashup, we have vocals, right? Just straight up vocals. We have rap, of course, and then when you go to Peace in the Hood, we even have dancehall. We have Master Age pulling through, because we do try and make sure that people have access to all these other people. So we have R&B. We have Becky. She's an R&B artist. So we can't say. I mean, we do. I think our main household side, if we have to choose a genre, I know we lean more to hip hop. But we do try and cater for other genres as well. I think if you noticed last year, we had a lot of traditional vibes and stuff like that. We try to incorporate a lot. That's kind of, especially mashup night, that's the essence of it. We're trying to incorporate multiple sides of genres and mash them up. That's why I was like, mashup night has some surprises, some collaborations.
Yes.
People were like, yes. I'm repeating, guys. I'm repeating. There's also comedy nights. You guys are going to enjoy. You should pull up.
Thank you very much to Natasha Sipanera, as well as Young Gemini and Ray Kaz, for coming through. And that's a wrap on tonight's edition of Backstage. A massive thank you to everybody tuned in, everybody who sent through a comment and dropped some hearts and love. With such talent on display this year at Shoko Fest, it's set to be unforgettable. So make sure that you make a plan, make sure that you go there and support. Make sure you don't miss it. Grab your tickets and be part of the energy. I'm your host, Patience Musa, and it's been amazing bringing you closer to the action. Until next time, next week, same time, right here on ZiFM Stereo. Thank you very much to the guy who works behind the scenes, Kuda. Thank you very much, Kuda. See you. And of course, the team that works technical, and that's Wayne and the Two Phase. Until next time, keep supporting local talent and stay tuned to Backstage for more behind the scenes magic. This is your evening. This is your week. So you go ahead and you claim it, take it, own it, and rock it.